Fairness is one of the most potent yet fragile elements of organizational life. Employees rarely leave organizations solely because of workload or complexity. They go when they perceive injustice. The way people interpret fairness shapes motivation, trust, and engagement. In human resource management and organizational psychology, this is captured through the concept of organizational justice, a framework that examines how individuals perceive fairness in the workplace. Research consistently shows that fairness is not a single construct but rather a multidimensional phenomenon. Below, I will explore 6 critical dimensions of fairness in organizations, grounded in academic theory, and provide practical insights that HR leaders can apply to nurture a culture of justice. 1. Distributive justice, the fairness of outcomes. Distributive justice refers to whether employees perceive outcomes, such as pay, promotions, recognition, as fair compared to their input and relative to others. Based on Adams's equity theory, 1965, people evaluate fairness by comparing their ratio of effort to rewards with that of peers. If the balance feels skewed, frustration and disengagement follow. Practical takeaway. Ensure pay structures, promotion decisions, and recognition programs are transparent and tied to measurable criteria. Regular compensation benchmarking and open conversations about career progression reduce perceptions of inequity. 2. Procedural justice, the fairness of processes. It is not enough for outcomes to be fair. Employees also judge the procedures leading to those outcomes. Research by Leventhal, 1980, highlights criteria such as consistency, neutrality, accuracy, and the ability to voice concerns. When procedures lack transparency, employees quickly lose trust, even if the outcome is favorable. Practical takeaway? Establish clear, consistent, and documented decision-making processes. Invite employee input in policy design and ensure appeal mechanisms exist for contested outcomes. 3. Interactional justice, the fairness of interpersonal treatment. Even in difficult situations, such as layoffs or performance reviews, the way people are treated can determine whether they experience dignity or resentment. Baez and Moag, 1986, showed that respectful communication, honesty, and courtesy form a distinct dimension of justice. Practical takeaway. Train managers in communication skills that emphasize empathy and respect. Employees who feel heard, even when outcomes are adverse, maintain higher trust in leadership. 4. Informational justice, the fairness of explanations. Closely related to interactional justice, informational justice emphasizes whether employees receive adequate and truthful explanations behind decisions. Colquitt, 2001, argued that transparency reduces uncertainty and strengthens perceptions of fairness. Silence or vague messaging, by contrast, often creates suspicion. Practical takeaway. Share the why behind organizational decisions, even when the message is uncomfortable. Employees may not agree with every outcome, but they will respect transparent reasoning. 5. Temporal justice, the fairness of timing. Less frequently discussed in literature but highly relevant in practice is the question of timing. Employees assess whether processes occur promptly. Delays in promotions, last-minute policy changes, or inconsistent feedback cycles erode trust. Scholars such as Lind, 2001, have linked timeliness with perceived justice and organizational commitment. Practical takeaway. Implement predictable timelines for promotions, evaluations, and organizational announcements. Timely and consistent feedback strengthens the credibility of HR processes. 6. Restorative justice, the fairness of repair. When injustice occurs, employees watch closely to see whether leaders take responsibility and repair harm. Restorative justice draws from organizational behavior research as well as broader justice theory, Cropenzano et al., 2007. Ignoring mistakes leaves scars. Repairing them restores trust and signals organizational maturity. Practical takeaway. When missteps occur, such as biased hiring decisions or inequitable workload distribution, leaders should openly acknowledge mistakes, apologize where appropriate, and outline corrective actions. Perceptions of justice are linked to employee outcomes, including job satisfaction, organizational commitment, and performance, Colquitt et al., 2001. Moreover, fairness is a predictor of reduced turnover and stronger engagement. A culture of justice is not just an ethical priority, it is a strategic advantage. The viral video of a person taking food from a dog's plate illustrates a powerful truth. Even when resources are abundant, unfair treatment can spark anger. In organizations, the same dynamic plays out daily. By focusing on distributive, procedural, interactional, informational, temporal, and restorative justice, HR leaders can design workplaces where fairness is not accidental, but intentional. Investing in justice yields dividends in trust, motivation, and resilience.